So 1967's Born Losers is a largely forgotten film, but it is indeed an important film, at least in my opinion, and it had the distinction of being the most profitable independent film released up until that time, at least up until 1967. So it was directed by Tom Laughlin and starred Tom Laughlin as our hero Billy Jack, and Born Losers was one of the most groundbreaking movies of the late 60s by any measure. I mean, at face value, it is a familiar scenario of a rogue biker gang, the titular Born Losers, terrifying a beachside California town, and an everyman in jeans, a jean jacket, and a cowboy hat who's as mad as hell and not going to take it anymore. Now, biker movies and the late 1960s were something that kind of went hand in glove together. I mean, you had Easy Rider, you had the Wild Angels, you had Satan's Sadists, you had She-Devils on Wheels, Cycle Savages, and so on and so forth. There were so many great movies in this as part of this biker movie craze. But Born Losers hits a little different. It really feels grounded in reality. It's gritty, it's real, it's nihilistic. And the bikers themselves are led by a guy called Daniel, who has a Randy Savage-like fondness for outlandish sunglasses. And all the characters in this movie are pretty multi-dimensional as well. So they're bad news, but they're strangely sympathetic at times. So Daniel's a scumbag, but he does save his brother from an abusive situation, so it's a bit of a complicated character in the movie. And as for Billy Jack, he's kind of uncomplicated by contrast. He's a simple kind of man, just like Lynyrd Skynyrd wrote, who just wants to be left alone, as do we all nowadays. So there's a lot more going on in Born Losers than most of the biker movies of the 1960s. It's actually more of a vigilante or angry loner movie than anything else. And I reckon it's a lot better or a lot more satisfying than the much higher profile Walking Tall, the true story of, I think he was called Buford Pusser, from memory. And all the performances are more fully realised than your average Roger Corman biker picture as well, your average Roger Corman cheapie. This is a movie that made audiences everywhere swear allegiance to Billy Jack as a bit of an unlikely homegrown action hero, an everyman, as I said. And all these factors combined made Born Losers the most profitable independent film of all time, up until 1967, as I said. And it really helped to usher in a golden age of independent cinema in the United States. Tom Laughlin returned as Billy Jack. In Billy Jack, The Trial of Billy Jack, and Billy Jack Goes to Washington. So there were 4 movies in all. And it has an amazing soundtrack, this one. Also has some amazing poster art, which I'll try and show in the video here. And it has aged remarkably well compared to a lot of movies. Mad Max fans might do a double take when they see the character Gangrene, who'd be easily mistaken for Hugh Keys-Byrne, who played the Toe Cutter and Immortan Joe in the Mad Max movies. And I reckon this would make a pretty cool double bill with something like Walking Tall, or the Tommy Lee Jones movie, The Parker's Mine. Either of those, both cool, angry loner, vigilante type movies, I guess you'd say. Because the older I get, the more I enjoy these classic angry vigilante movies. Maybe I'm like the angry boomer shaking his fist on the lawn nowadays, but not that there's anything wrong with that. And that's a part of getting older, I guess. These sort of things do appeal to you a whole lot more. These angry loner movies, these revenge movies, especially as you do get older and you see how corrupt everything is and how all the corruption's hiding in plain sight. These movies like Born Losers do become a lot more relevant to you, a lot more appealing, and they're very cool. As I said, it has aged very well. The performances are great. The bikers, the titular Born Losers, are very three-dimensional. It's not as easy as seeing them as cannon fodder or rifle fodder, as the case may be. You do sort of despise them and sympathise with them at the same time, which is the hallmark of clever filmmaking. And it's no wonder that Born Losers was such a breakout hit and was followed up by Billy Jack, The Trial of Billy Jack and Billy Jack Goes to Washington. So the character was immensely popular and did warrant a few sequels. And in those days, they didn't just greenlight sequels willy-nilly based on a big studio protection racket of cinemas. I mean, these days, sequels get greenlit before the original, not that even means anything these days, the original movie has gained a reaction from the audience. So you are force-fed sequels a lot, but these Billy Jack sequels, these Born Loser sequels, did happen organically at the time. So, yeah, cool little movie, cool little snapshot of coastal California at the time. It's very cool to see the West Coast before it became this weird, shallow, obscene kind of gentrified place like it is today. Or I guess today you'd say it's more of a blend of gentrification and homelessness, but it is what it is. But it's cool to get a snapshot of what the area looked like back in the late 60s. And it's a bit of a warts and all look at the coastline of California. Not a lot of sets in this movie, a lot of locations, which is always good. As I said, the soundtrack to this one's awesome. You'll have the Billy Jack theme in your head for days after hearing it. And I think the soundtrack is available on Spotify and all those other places if you're curious about it. And it has a very cool cover as well. So that is Born Losers, starring Tom Laughlin, directed by Tom Laughlin, a bit of an auteur filmmaker. It was a lot more nuanced, I guess you'd say, than the cheapy Roger Corman biker movies of the 60s. Not that there's anything wrong with those. They can be fun in their own right, but really the point I'm trying to make is that this is its own beast, its own kind of picture, and a pretty cool time capsule of the 60s drive-in movement. It feels more like a drive-in movie than anything because it was a drive-in movie. It was a smash hit on the drive-in circuit. When it was released, it saw many re-releases, as is evidenced by a lot of the re-release posters that are around still to this day. And it really did cement the career of Tom Laughlin, even though he is sadly largely forgotten nowadays. He is remembered fondly by cult cinema fans, by exploitation fans, by biker movie fans. And a big part of that is this first movie, Born Losers, which I think arguably is superior to the other movies that were made. Maybe you disagree, and you can let me know in the comments. You might be a Billy Jack fan or a Billy Jack Goes to Washington fan. So, yeah, let us know about that in the comments. Otherwise, that's about all I have on Born Losers. If you enjoyed this video, by all means, please like, share, and subscribe. Let us know your thoughts on Born Losers and biker movies in general in the comments. And otherwise, I'm off to enjoy the rest of my day. I hope you do as well, and take it easy.